my name is Praise. I'm Nigerian. I'm from the north central part of Nigeria, and I'm currently studying at Zhejiang University. I'm studying electrical engineering and automation. To be honest, it was a lot. So first, when it comes to studying, I noticed the way of studying is completely different from what I used to experience back in Nigeria, because studying in Nigeria, we're more focused on what we learn in class. But in China, you're supposed to do more of self-studying than learning in class. Like it's in a way that even some Chinese students don't pay that much attention in class. They prefer going back home to study themselves. But I learned differently. I love learning while the teacher is teaching. So that was like a huge surprise for me. And then when it comes to life, like, way of living and stuff, I noticed the Chinese they work really hard. I'm not saying Nigerians are lazy, but like in Nigeria, normally you could work from like, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. until 5 or 6 p.m. And as a student, you could have classes from like 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. to like 5, 6 p.m. But in China, you could literally have classes from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. with about 1 hour break in between. So yeah, it was something I found a bit hard to get used to. But I think now I've spent almost 3 years in China, so I'm gradually getting used to it. And the language is another huge surprising thing for me, because back in Nigeria we speak English, and we've got other local languages, more like the Fangyan they have in China. So we had absolutely nothing to do with China, like Mandarin that they speak here. So coming here was a bit strange to get used to it, but yeah, I think now it's a bit better because I've spent some time in China learning and living and experiencing life in China. It's a good one. First, I think you should learn basic Chinese. It doesn't have to be something like elaborate, just basic ni hao, 我要买这个，我要买那个. Just basic Chinese that you could use around like the streets, used to communicate with the locals. Because trust me, the local Chinese are actually really interesting. They can be a bit curious to some extent, but the more you get to know them, the more you realize how interesting they are as a person. And I feel if you're traveling, I have this belief that if you're traveling, if you're trying to see a different part of the world, you would not want to just see that part of the world. You also love to experience it. And it's impossible for you to get the full experience living in China without being able to communicate with the Chinese. So I think if you want to come to China, you could either learn basic Chinese before coming, or come to China, learn Chinese before doing whatever you want to do. And another thing is, China is a very interesting place. You get to meet people from different parts of the world with different mindsets, different thought process. So you should probably be open to experiencing life in different people's perspectives. So in a way that you shouldn't believe. Okay, there's a weird African proverb that says, one way doesn't lead to the river. Like, let's say you're trying to get water. It's impossible for you to go through this route and get to the water. You could come from here, you could come from there, you could come from the left, the right, anywhere at all. So it's the same for people. Coming to China, you get to meet different people from different walks of life. So you should be open and ready to accept people's way of life, and just be try to accept people the way they are. Yeah. 如果你也想来中国留学，你要大胆的追求你的梦想光明的未来就在这边等你。
Go apply, connecting your future with China.